Well, that's a good song, isn't it? It's going to be a great one all month. So, Jamie told me a few days ago that she wanted to start a project at her house early this coming week, and it required a lot of limestone. And so she said she called a company that provides limestone, and she asked the man who answered the phone, "Are you open on Monday?" And he said, "It's Labor Day." And she said, "Yes, I know that, but are you open on Monday?" He said, "It's Labor Day." And so she reworded her question and she said, "Are you open on Labor Day?" And he said, "No." Dr. Seuss said sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple. But just in case you didn't know, tomorrow is Labor Day. And if you want limestone, you're not going to get it tomorrow. But as we know, the first weekend in September every year is a Labor Day holiday here in the U.S. and in Canada that honors the accomplishments and contributions of workers in North America. And it's been a holiday for a long time. In fact, it was made a federal holiday under President Grover Cleveland back in 1894, way back when labor was likely even more laborious. And here's another fun fact. Labor Day is considered the unofficial NFL season kickoff because 99.44% of the time, its first official season game is played on the Thursday following Labor Day. And if you knew that, I'll bet you didn't know this, that the first Waffle House opened on Labor Day in 1955 in Avondale Estates, Georgia, and it now has 1,900 locations. You didn't know that, did you? I didn't think so. You'll be happy to know that's all I got for Labor Day. And it's really all I'm going to say, because Labor Day is really a day for us to say and do nothing, to unlabor our mind as well as our body. So we can all have an unlabored, I don't need to do a thing today day tomorrow. And no limestone. So, there are plenty of days in September for us to enjoy. September is such a wonderful month, and some significant days in addition to Labor Day. There is the United Nations International Day of Peace on the 21st, and then there's the autumn equinox on the 22nd, and my sister's birthday on the 12th. So, but it is in recognition of the United Nations International Day of Peace that all this month we are focusing on how we can achieve the bliss of peace. Not just for one day when we come together to pray for peace, but how we can achieve a peace that allows us to live in harmony and unity with each other every day in this world that we share. As the lyrics of our song for this month tell us, we're the ones who can make the difference. We're the ones we've been waiting for. Let's stand together. But we can only stand together for peace for a peace that truly makes a difference every day if we stand together in peace, which is to say, if we stand together with peace already in our hearts. Ramana Maharshi said, peace is the inner nature of humankind. If you find it within yourself, you then find it everywhere. Every day matters if we want to make a difference by being an individual inlet or conduit for peace. So it can appear on earth through us and stay a while as us while we're here on earth. As we sing every Sunday, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And it begins every moment that we allow ourselves to choose peace, to make peace, to be peace. Just as love isn't an emotion, it is who we are, peace is not a condition. It's the unconditional nature of our inner being. It's not dependent on the absence of conflict or war, because it's the presence of God in us, and God has no opposition anytime, anywhere, no matter what. God's peace never leaves us, no matter how chaotic things may be around us. It doesn't leave us no matter how unpeaceful our thoughts may be or how upset we may be emotionally, and even when we act angrily. God's peace doesn't require anything to change before it appears anywhere, anytime, except our willingness to allow it to appear in us as us. We read in the book of Isaiah, though the mountains be shaken and the hills be removed, yet my unfailing love for you will not be shaken, and my covenant of peace will not be broken. But in order for us to feel that presence of peace within us, we've got to want to feel that presence of peace in us, which means we have to be willing to let go of the argument that we're having in our head or the argument that we're having with someone else. We have to be willing to let go of the argument we have with our past. We have to stop singing our somebody done me wrong songs and telling our sad, sorrowful stories that we use to explain to ourselves and others why we are the way we are today. Which brings us to the title and subject of today's talk, Are You a Has-Been? Which is to say, are you letting who you has been get in the way of who you can be now? Abraham Hicks tells us you cannot focus upon stories that make you feel bad and at the same time allow into your experience what makes you feel better. You have to begin to tell the story of your life as you now want it to be and discontinue the tales of how it has been. Now we all have stories of yesterday, stories of our past, and some of those stories are fun. They make us happy in the telling. They make others happy in the listening to them. And sometimes even make them laugh. And such stories can increase our happiness in the moment that we're telling them or in the moment that we're remembering them, and expand our experience of happiness today. But some of our stories can bring us down when we think about them, and bring everybody else down when we talk about them. And even though those stories can bring compassion our way or understanding our way, and even though they seem to excuse us for not being more than we are today, they don't feel good in the telling, and they won't bring about anything better. Now, psychologically and therapeutically, it's good for us to tell our story to someone else, someone safe. Because after our story comes out in the open, after it's unhidden, and we haven't been rejected but because of our story, but accepted, then it allows us more freedom to begin to write a new chapter in our life. It's the repetitive thinking about and the repetitive talking about negative past stories that keep our vibration low and cause our vibration to attract to us more negative experiences. And even when we begin to notice a pattern of negativity, still it is hard to let go of those stories, because we've so identified with who we has been and what has been that we don't know who we would be now if we let those stories go. But we can't focus on stories that make us feel bad and allow into our experience anything that feels better. If we're ever going to find out who we truly are, if we're ever going to live more of who we can be now, we have to start telling a new story about who we want to be now and how we want our life to be now. Even a good story about our past, if it's all we think about and all we talk about, can keep us from writing a new story. It can cause us to believe that our best days are behind us. Giving the good old days more attention and conversation than we give to the life we have now can keep us from experiencing the life we want to experience now. It's like driving through a beautiful countryside and looking in our rear view mirror the whole time at where we have been. And even if it's been beautiful, we miss what's around us and what is ahead for us. It's good to remember the good old days as good. It's good to appreciate the good in our past and forgive the rest. But it's even more important for us to appreciate our life today so that we can experience more and more of the wonder and the magic of being alive in this lived moment. Eckhart Tolle wrote, "The more you live in the now, the more you will feel the simple, deep joy of being and the sacred character of life. As we live each moment, being fully present in the moment to experience all the richness that it has right where we are, we're able to feel the simple, deep joy of being alive as ourself in this world. We begin to feel that life is good now, that who we are now is good. And we stop focusing on who we has been before. Then we naturally start telling a new story of our life, a story about the one who is worthy, a story about the one in whom God is well pleased, a story about the one who lives an effortless life, the one for whom everything seems to just work out so good, the one who trusts life, the one who is so loved by the universe that it conspires to bring us all the good we desire every moment. A story about the one who is loved and loving and lovable, the one who attracts loving encounters and experiences every day. It's a story worth telling. That's why we came. And it's a story that only we can tell, because our story was created just for us. The spiritual teacher Mooji wrote, "You are the beloved of God. Why should life be against you? The reality is you are one with the Supreme, in harmony with that which is. Trust the thing that brought you here, that it will take care of you, because your life is created out of love. This love must be set free." Namaste. All right. We need longer talks or longer announcements, don't we? We'll just hang around here, and it is perfect timing, because I'm just about to say, this is the time of our service when we get to say thank you. We get to say thank you for being here in the sanctuary and adding your beautiful energy, the love of your heart, the beat of your heart to this beautiful environment. Thank you. And thank you for being with us live stream wherever you are. We love you and we feel your love. And thank you for all of your contributions that keep us going really so beautifully every week. Because this is a message and a community that does make a difference. So, if you've been wondering how you can contribute, then our treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, has several ways. So, tell us about it.
I like that. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So, if you're watching this online, you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center, and hit the donate button. If you want to listen to this video on our website later on this week, you can go to lecflint.com and then if you want to contribute, hit the contribute button. If you want to donate via PayPal, you can go to our email address, which is lec2512@gmail.com, and donate that way. Or if you'd like to do it the old-fashioned way and send a check, we have a new P.O. box, a new mailing address. It's 321294. That's P.O. Box 321294, Flint, Michigan 48532. And while we take our offertory in the sanctuary, we'll listen to Daniel Namada Nemo Patel doing Grateful, and then, go ahead, let's hear that timbre. I love it. And then Reverend Stephen will be back with the prayer of gratitude. Thank you.